All right, that's the first part of the video for you. All right.
Can you please erase it? Please?
There we go. Moving on. All right. Let's. All right. Let's. So this was page 83, yes? C. All right. So problem 1, 2, and 3. Is everybody okay with finding the slope? Does anyone need help on the slope? Ram, what'd you get for? You want help? 2. You got it, buddy. Looks like -5, 4. And what's the other point? 5, 3. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, we want to find the slope, which is this equation. And I always write the equation just so I can get it right, because, boy, I sometimes flip-flop things. So I'm going to label x1, y1, x2, y2. And here's the thing. Guys and girls, when you're doing these problems, if you label something x1, y1, it stays x1, y1 throughout the entirety of the problem. It stays x2, y2 through the entirety of the problem. It's not just some of it, okay? So we're going to go and take a look. So let's plug in. M equals y2 is 3, y1 is 4, correct?
Yes.
And remember, this minus sign is the same as that minus sign.
5 minus 5.
And then I get 5 minus 5. So this minus sign came from right here, but this minus sign came from here. So minus 5 means plus, right? So on top I get 3 minus 4, which is -1, over 5 minus 5, which is 5 plus 5, which is 10. And that's how you do it. Hey, is this slope increasing or decreasing? Decreasing. It's decreasing. Why is it decreasing?
Negative.
It has a negative. Good. All right? All right, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Is there any other questions on 1, 2, and 3? 2 and 3.
Wait, did you do it?
Any questions?
It's my list.
Oh, shoot. 1, 2, or 3, any questions on? Are we good? What about 4 and 5? 4 and 5. Yes, sir.
I can help.
What do I?
I thought you were asking for answers.
Number 5? Okay. For each graph, write the equation in point-slope form. So remember, we have 3 different forms. 3 different forms to go with. And we're going to use point-slope, which is this, which, as an equation, is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And remember, if we start labeling things x1, y1, and x2, y2, this is where the x1, y1 goes in. Agree? All right, so we need to take a look at it. And it looks like I have, it says write the equation. So I have -2, 0 as one of my points. And I have 2, -2 as my other point. Agree? What am I missing right now on this problem? Yeah, I don't have the slope. So let's go ahead and figure out the slope. So we need to figure out what that is. Okay, my slope equation is this. And I'm going to go ahead and label this x1, y1, x2, y2. And I want to point out, here and here are going to be these eventually. Does that make sense how I just stated that?
Yeah.
Now, you might have labeled these backwards. And remember last time I said there's 2 different equations that could happen. Correct? It's the exact same answer if you solve it for y, but there's 2 different ones. So let's figure out our slope first, because the slope's going to be the same no matter what. I'm going to get -2 minus 0 and 2 minus 2. Agree? And remember, this minus sign comes from right here. This minus sign right here comes from right here. This one came because I had a negative, and then obviously that one's from there. What do we get? -2, which reduces to what?
-1/2.
-1/2. Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Thank you. All right, so from there, we want to now use the point-slope formula. Agreed? And the point-slope formula, we have to realize we could get 2 different answers. Okay, if you're sitting there at your desk going, oh shoot, I labeled that x2, y2, and that x1, y1, my answers can be different. You know what though? It's correct. So, this is the answer that works with mine. That's the point slope that works with mine. Now, if you had made this the x1 and the y1, then your answer is going to be this. It's the exact same answer if I went and distributed -1/2 over the parentheses and moved things over. It's the exact same answer. But they want the answer in point slope, so understand that there are two different answers that work, and both are correct. Does that make sense? And that just has to do with, in your original, when you were saying, okay, I have 2 points. I want to label x1, y1, x2, y2. Oh, shoot, Mr. Stirrup did it backwards for me. That's okay. You're correct. Yo.
So for the test, is it going to be multiple choice or do we fill it in?
Well, it could be a little bit of both, but on this type of problem, I will understand that there are two different answers. Okay? We feeling okay, everybody? Is there any other questions from up through number 5? Charity, you had a few on the down below you wanted me to go over. Which ones were they?
Number 9, 10, 11.
You got it. 9, 10, 11. I saw a lot of people needed a little guidance on 9, 10, 11. That's totally fine. Let's see. Number 9, we have y equals 3 over 2 and then x minus 1. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's interesting. I like what you want to do, and I agree. Okay. So first thing was stated is distribute 3 over 2, which sounds great. And you know, I'm going to work that in a sec. I like what you're thinking, but I'm going to show you a little bit of a curve on that. But I like what you're thinking. What do you got, Gentry?
Wait, can we get rid of the denominator? And
I think that would be interesting as well. I think that's a good go-to. What I would do is I would recognize that this is already in point slope form.
oh,
How?
it is.
Oh.
So does it have to be a minus 0? Could it be a plus 0?
You can.
Is minus 0 the same thing as plus 0?
Yes.
Yeah, because 0 is signless, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I realize this is in point slope. So what is my slope of our equation?
3 over 2.
3 over 2. Does everyone feel okay with that? So that's my slope. What is my point that this one generates?
0, 1.
0, comma 1. Exactly right.
Wouldn't it be -1?
Huh?
Wouldn't it be -1?
It's always opposite. It's always opposite.
How?
Because what this does is it shifts it to the right or to the left.
Isn't point slope x plus x1?
That's point slope right there.
Oh.
It's always opposite. And the reason it's opposite is this. So if that was a minus here, it's got to be,
Minus 0.
because the point that this generates is x1 comma y1. Notice the negative signs didn't come with that. Okay? So let me graph what this is. Okay, so I have 0 comma 1, which is right here.
Up 3.
And then from that point, I'm going to use my slope, and I'm going to go up 3 and over 2. Okay? What did I do wrong? I just made a mistake, and I can't believe I made that silly mistake. Nope. Distribute had nothing to do with it.
You did the negative. That was positive.
Where's my mistake?
You were
You went. No.
I made a mistake. My slope is totally correct. I made a mistake. I can't believe I made a mistake. Where did I make a mistake?
Do 0 for the y?
Yes. I flip-flopped.
No, you did it right.
No, I
You did it
flip-flopped.
right.
No, I flip-flopped.
No, you didn't.
No, I flip-flopped. No, I flip-flopped. Think about this. This is the point.
That's right.
Look at this. I can't
That's
believe I
right.
made this error. I went right through it thinking, oh, this is all right in my head. Yay. And then I realized, uh-oh. X1, X1. X1, Y1, Y1, Y1. Do you see where I err? I flip-flopped it. Oh, shoot. Darn. I thought I had a good night's sleep last night. Oh, shoot. Okay, that changes. That changes. I'm so sorry I didn't mean to make that error. So 1 comma 0 is right here.
So teachers do make mistakes.
Well, I never said I was perfect.
I
You didn't either. Thanks, man. All right. Now, from this point, I'm going to go up 3 and over 2. That's a little bit different graph, wasn't it? Oh, shoot, I can't believe I made a silly error. But it happens. All right, now, there was something that was spoken about on this problem that I think Ram said he wanted to do this, or Gentry said, I can't remember. Distribute here and here, okay? That was Ram, which is this.
That's 3 over 2x minus 1.5.
So that's, you're absolutely right. Now I want you to think about this. What's my y-intercept?
1.5. Negative 1.5.
Yeah.
But that does go through the y-intercept though.
And it should.
So that works?
Yes. So that point was right there. And then if I go up 3, so here's the tough part. If you go up 3, so our slope is the exact same here and here, right? And it should be. If I go up, so I'm at negative 1.5. So I go up 1, so the 0.5, 2, to, there's a negative 0.5, 0.5, 3, and then right 2. It worked.
Oh.
So it would work. Now, what's the tougher thing on how Ram wanted to do it? Okay, this is not hard to find. But using the slope on that, because now you're not counting up whole digit numbers, the decimals, right? So both ways are totally correct and both ways work. And I'm sorry I made the mistake on I was flip-flopping things, doing mirror images of holy cow. Yeah, I would've. You guys good? You meet him? Good. Good. That's good connection. Thanks, guys. Let's do number 10. Number 10. So y minus 1. Oops, that's a 1. Sorry. Y minus 1 equals, I have a slope of 2 and x plus 9. So we want to graph this. What form are we in right now?
Point slope.
We're in point slope. So let's use the form we're in. Okay? So what is my point?
Negative 9 or
Yes.
Negative 9 1.
Negative 9, 1. Remember, always opposite, always opposite. What is my slope? Slope. 2, which is the same thing as 2 over 1. 2, which is equal to 2 over 1. Okay, it's your choice how you want to label it. We're looking good. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and plot our point because it gave us the point. So I have negative 9, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then from there, I'm going to go up 2 over 1.
Don't you start at negative 9 1?
Oh, man. Gosh, I'll tell you. I don't know what's going on with it. So negative 9, 1 is exactly where we start. And then I go up 2, right 1. Thanks, Ron. Hey, does it look like my y-intercept's going to be way up there?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if I were to start solving this, I'd get this. So it looks like my y-intercept is 0, 19, right? That's kind of up here on the graph. Bless you. That's up there on the graph, right? Yeah. Well, if I distribute the 2 over the parentheses, if I change my point slope form and go to y-intercept, or slope-intercept, so I'm solving for y, I distribute 2 over, so I get this, and then I move the 1 over. So that 2 times 9 is 18, add 1, okay? So which way is the best way to do it? Sometimes it might not work on your graph too well. Okay, now this is going to be number 11, and I hope to get through number 11 without making any stir-up errors. Sheesh Louise. Number 11, y minus 2 equals negative 2/3, and then x plus 1. Okay, so this is already in point slope. Starting point slope, which is this. Correct? So what is my point going to be?
Negative 1, 2.
Negative 1, 2. Opposite here is our point. What's my slope?
Negative 2/3.
Negative 2/3.
Let's switch it up. So since that's a negative 2/3, does that mean it's a positive?
No. So the slope will always, the sign of the slope matches here always.
Okay, so if it is a positive slope and you label it as negative, will you specify it?
Say that one more time.
Okay, so you know how if you have like a double negative slope, it's positive.
Okay.
So will you specify it on the test?
I generally won't have a negative 2 over a negative 3 or a negative negative. Hey. Absolutely. Perfect. All right, so we have our point. Let's see. We're going to make this one work this time. All right. So negative 1, 2. Do we get it right? Before I move on? I got to double check with you guys. I'm making all kinds of errors today. Holy cow, and it's recorded, so boy. Ugh.
Just edit it.
Yeah, nah, it's too much. All right, so at this point, I'm going to go down 2 and what?
Over 3.
Right 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, cool. We found where it crosses the x-intercept in this case. Look at where it crosses the y-intercept. That looks like it's between 1 and 2. What do you think?
1.5.
1.5? Let's see if they're right. Let's say y minus 2 equals negative 2/3 x minus 2/3. Y, if I add 2 to that, I'm just going to do the arithmetic in my head. That's going to give me plus 1 1/3. Look at that. That's 1 1/3, not 1 1/2. That's even tougher to plot that point and then adjust the slope. So point slope could be our friend in some cases. Is there any other questions on the worksheet? There's only been 3 I haven't really worked on. You okay about it?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Make sure your name is on it first. Pass it on up. If you're handing anything else in that you didn't turn in the other day, make sure you hand that in with your name on it as well, please. Couple things. There's an assignment on Schoology. I think, this is what I'm going to do. I want to go through 4 examples, and then I'll open up the Chromebook card if you want to do it. It's 2 questions.
Oh.
Cool? So, but this will be due, if we don't get to it on Chromebook, it'll be due by Thursday next week.
Oh.
2 questions. 2 questions. The first question is, match up. What's slope intercept? What's point slope? What's the slope equation? Okay, and you just have to match. And what's standard form? You just have to match. And then the other one is a small word problem, but it's a true false. So there's something on Schoology that we have to work on, okay? But let me get through a couple of these, and we might have some time to open up the Chrome card book. All right. Chrome card. All right. So the first questions we have is we are using slope intercept, which is y equals mx plus b, which means that it shows where it crosses the y-axis at the point 0, comma b, and then we use the slope to find the second point. Correct?
Yes.
All right. So use slope intercept form. So you know which one I'm going to go to? I'm going to go to number 5. And why am I going to number 5? on that page that I want to work at.
Because it isn't solved.
Yeah, this is in, hey, what kind of form is this one in? Anyone know? This is in standard form. This is it in standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, right? Okay, standard form. And this finds us where it crosses the x and the y axis by using the cover method, correct? But they want us to use slope-intercept. So that means if we want to find slope-intercept, that means I want to manipulate this equation to look like this. So I want to get y by itself. So I'm going to do this. What did I just do to both sides?
Subtracted both sides by 4x.
I subtracted both sides by 4x. Good. Now I want to get y all by itself. What's attached to y right now?
-2.
-2. And -2 is being held onto it by multiplication. So what undoes multiplication?
Division.
Division. Okay, I get y equals negative over negative is?
Positive.
4 over 2 is?
2x.
And then 12 over negative. Where would an error might be made on this problem?
Changing the sign plus 12.
Yeah, seeing signs, making sure your signs are correct. Okay, yeah. Can I finish this one first?
Sorry.
Jumping the gun on me. All right, so now we're going to use slope-intercept form. Where does it cross the y-axis? -6. So 0, -6 down here, yes? Does that make sense? So now I'm going to use my slope to use it as a map to find a second point. So my slope is what?
Up to.
Yeah, up 2 over 1, right? So from this point, I'm going to go up 1, up 2, right 1. Done. Connect the dots. And it's done. It's done. Okay? Now, let's take a look at this real quick. What would happen if I went to just use the cover method here? Where does it cross the x-axis?
3.
At 3. 1, 2, 3. Where does it cross the y-axis?
-6.
Oh, that's already down there. Notice it would have been the same exact line no matter which one I chose, which is what it should be. Okay? Cool. Which one do you want? 3? Oh, okay. Number 3. Number 3 is y equals -x.
Undefined, right?
Let's take a look. Where would this cross the y-axis?
Never, ever.
0.
What am I missing here?
0.
So 0, 0 is where it crosses here.
And then make it
What's my slope?
-1.
Yeah, slope is equal to -1, which is the same thing as saying -1 over 1. So in this case, from this point, which happens to be the origin, I'm going to go down 1, right 1. And there's our 45.
Can you do 14? Wait, hold on. Wait. Wouldn't
Hang
it
on.
be a vertical line?
No. X equals a number is a vertical line. Y equals a number is a horizontal line. Y equals X is not vertical or horizontal.
Okay.
Because that's exactly why this one works. Hang on, let's talk on this one real quick. If I were to do the cover method on this, does anyone see where the cover method might not work out for us? Why is the cover method not going to work?
Because
Yeah.
there isn't a number to divide by.
Where does it cross the x-axis?
-1.
Where does it cross the x-axis?
-1.
Where does it cross the x-axis?
0.
Where does it cross the y-axis?
0.
So where it crosses the x-axis, where it crosses the y-axis is the exact same point. It's called the origin. Okay? So if we don't have, so this is the negative parent function, meaning this is the most basic, one of the most basic of a linear. The most basic is y equals x, which looks like this, going through the origin. This one is the negative of that, so it's going that way. All right, take a look. What numbers?
14.
14. What does number 14 say? Can you tell me?
Y plus 1 equals x plus 2.
Equals x plus 3, like that?
In
Yeah.
parentheses.
X plus 3 is in parentheses.
That's in parentheses? Okay. They want us to use point slope form on this?
Yeah.
Is that what it says at the top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to use point slope form. So let's think about what this means. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Right? So, what is my slope of this?
0 or
1.
Yeah, there's a 1 right there, right? And 1's the same thing as 1 over 1, correct? All right. What is my point?
-3, -1.
So negative 3 and negative 1. Take eyes up here. Take a look. Notice here and here. So it has to be opposite. It has to be an opposite. That's it. So now we can go ahead and graph this. So my point that I'm going to plot is negative 3, negative 1. Gotcha? And my slope from that point, I'm going to go up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Am I worried about where it crosses the y-axis right now? No. We happen to find where it crosses the x-axis just by, how the problem worked out, but that's fine. What else we got?
Number 13.
13. What does 13 say, please?
Y plus
Y
7.
plus
Say what?
Y plus 7
Y plus 7.
equals 1/3.
1 over 3.
Parentheses
X minus 1. This, and they want us to graph in point slope, correct?
Yes.
So again, point slope is this equation. Y minus y1. I guess I can put that in parentheses. Okay? So what is my slope? 1/3. Everyone agree?
Yes.
Anyone stuck on that?
No.
Okay. What's my point?
1, -1, -7.
1 and negative 7. Always opposite. Right? We have enough information to graph this. 1 and negative 7. Agree?
Yep.
From that point, I'm going to do what?
Up 1 and over 3.
I'm going to go up 1, and then I'm going to go over 3. Let's say they match up perfectly. That's it. That's it. 11? Yeah. You don't need 11? What else do you want to see?
Number 9.
Number 9? Okay. Number 9. Number 9. What does number 9 say?
2x minus 2y.
Say what one more time.
2x.
2x
2y
plus 2y minus 2y
equals 6.
equals 6. How do they want us to solve this? What does it say?
Graph the following using the intercepts method.
Intercepts method. So ax plus by equals c. The intercept method means we're going to do the cover method. Ready? All right. If I cover up, I'm going to get what? X equals what? 3. So that means that 3 comma 0, it's right there. Agree? If I cover up x, what does y have to equal? Good. Do what? This is pretty important information here. So it's really good practice to know that it's there. All right. So the rest of this worksheet, which is the same as what's in your book, but this one has grids, will be due on Monday. Say that one more time. What? Oh, then you're set. You're set because I'll accept either one. So I just wanted that one to come out to you as a grid. If you want to do the Schoology stuff, it's on the Chromebooks.
Wait, when is this packet?